Oh, okay, I'm live. Yay! Hey everyone, I'm Elizabeth Maria, and this is Intuitive Tuesdays with Elizabeth Maria. I'm so happy to be here today. I hope that everything is going well with this technology, because, anyways, I can kind of see if there's comments if anyone is watching. Hi, so once again, I'm Elizabeth Maria, and this is Tuesdays with Elizabeth Maria. I'm very happy to be here today. I'm wondering, why the live is just showing my head. I don't understand that, but I wanted to get Ganesh in the background. Um, Yes, a wonderful deity for overcoming obstacles. Anyways, I'm just gonna, move forward, whatever. Technology be damned. Actually, I shouldn't say that. I love you, technology. Yeah, it works. It's, good enough. I'm here. Anyway, so let's get right into it. So, for those of you guys who haven't checked out my videos, my name is Elizabeth Maria, and I am a writer. I'm a plant-based health advocate, and I also offer intuitive guidance. So today is my first live in 2022. I'm so happy to be here. I went on hiatus last week. I actually moved, and I'm in a new beautiful spot with a wonderful backyard, lots of trees, a koi pond, garden area. I just feel so blessed. Yeah, so I moved last week, and this week I was going to start posting on my page, but I haven't figured out all that technology yet, so here we are. And yeah, as always, I will leave this live up for a week. So if you don't have, time to watch it as it's actually live, then yeah, you can check it out, for a week. And I also post these videos to my YouTube channel, so you can always check it out there. Elizabeth Maria Unlimited. Woo, woo. Anyways, so before we get into the topics today, I did want to give a shout out to Athens GA. Go Dogs. We now are the national champions for 2022. Honestly, I'm not all that interested in football, but I lived in Athens for 20 years, and I actually had 2 degrees from UGA, so yeah, it's a wonderful way to start the new year, 2022. This is the year of the gathering of the tribes, guys. This is the year that all of that, the thoughts and the ideas that have been mulling around as you walk this path, right? This is the year that they are going to blossom and just bring in so much beauty. I'm really just excited about 2022. So let's see. Where do I want to go next? Yeah. So, a little bit about my business, Elizabeth Maria Unlimited. So, as a writer, I offer writing services such as really anything to do with writing, business writing, grant writing, editing for fiction and nonfiction. I have written investor portfolios. I help people with resumes. I help people with their content. I do only work with a very select clientele because I'm also a creative writer and a poet, and so most of my writing energy I use to focus on my own endeavors. But if you are interested, then you can shoot me an email, you can DM me through Facebook, or check out my website. It is posted in the description of this post. And so because I decided to change the platform, not the platform, but really kind of the structure of these videos, so I can really showcase, who I am and what I'm about on all levels. I've decided to start each live with a poem that I have written, and then I will move into the next section of my business, which is plant-based health advocacy. And so I'll talk a little bit more about that in a minute. And I'll just go ahead and, as I was meditating today, preparing for this, I thought, because I knew I wanted to begin sharing, some of my words with you. And words are so powerful, so powerful. I say all the time, words are spells. That is why it's called spelling, right? And so as a poet, I am an observer. That is what I do. I observe people, places, and things, everyday occurrences. And so the poem that I'm going to share with you is actually one out of two that I know by heart. And it's called Observation on Street Corner. Big hair, brazen to the world, up high in kinks and locks and curls, crowned glory shines down. Thank you. So that was just, and I also love the idea of just like little snippets of, of language. And so that poem I actually wrote when I was literally, I think I might have been sitting on the UGA campus and just, observing people. So anyways, that's that. And then I wanted to move on to the next part of my business offerings, which is plant-based health advocacy. So currently, as some of you guys know, I am an MSW student at Florida State University, and I have the wonderful opportunity of interning this spring with an organization here in Georgia, and I'm actually working with the coordinator on food pantry programs, and I also am a board member for Rustic Roots Sanctuary. Shout out to Janet Lewis, and she has a sustainable farm in St. Louis. So I work on focusing basically on, getting the word out, right? Just talking to people, being involved, helping organizations with whatever events they need around food, food justice, and also food health, right? A lot of us have been disconnected from just, the basics of plant-based health for so long. So that is a huge focus of mine. And I just wanted to share with you guys today, really everything that I talk about is where I'm at currently. And so with moving into a new place and having a garden space, and I'm going to be able to dig around in this spring, I've started to root some herbs, and so I wanted to share with you guys today one of them, and this is thyme. So we're going to talk about thyme, and so I just wanted to hold it up because I'm so happy. Look at those beautiful roots. Oh my goodness. Mwah. I love you, thyme. Yes. I was thinking about, because I knew that I wanted to talk to you guys about, different plants and plants that I'm currently playing with, and, just to introduce you, or, and not necessarily even introduce you, but to the medicinal qualities, especially of herbs. And so, I wanted to just read that. I mean, thyme, thyme is used in all of the Italian seasonings and stuff. and it's, it's a wonderful culinary herb, but it also has a lot of medicinal qualities. And right now in January, there's so many of us are sick, either the vid or otherwise, right? And so thyme is actually good for bronchitis, for any type of sore throat. It's good for upset stomachs, stomach pain, diarrhea, bedwetting. It's just a very versatile herb. It's also really good to help bacterial and fungal infections, okay? And so, if you guys are someone, if y'all are someone that grows herbs, plant some thyme. It's about time to plant some thyme. Yes, guys, I'm a total dork. And I love it. I love it. Anyways, I'm so excited about, and I also wanted to say that, wherever you're at in the world, you can plant a few little herbs just to use in your cooking. You can use a mortar and pestle and, scrunch them up and, use them in all kinds of different ways. So, you don't have to have a whole lot of land to just start a little herb garden. And what I do with all of my plants is every day, this is when I remember, because I am so far from perfectly flawed, which is A-OK in my book. I talk to my plants, guys. I'm a little like whatever, but I love talking to my plants, and I usually name them. Thyme right now, she's Thyme. But I have a mint named Oscar, and he's really sweet. I have an aloe who is right now currently, she's the angry aloe because I need to repot her. But I talk to them every day, and and I kiss them. I love you. And I have just noticed over the past year that I've been doing this, that when I acknowledge my plants and I give them love, they really grow well for me. So that's my advice for plant-based health today. And then I want to move into my guidance, and this is really right now, it's the big focus for these lives is my intuitive guidance. And I currently use tarot and oracle cards. Also, I really enjoy this Ascended Master deck that I will be using today. And but I offer all kinds of guidance. So if that's not your jam, whatever I do, talk, written, writing is therapy, a lot of different modalities I use. And really right now, I'm more interested in connecting with people who feel called to work with me. So, just, kind of playing around with it. And this is, I guess I've been doing this for about a year now, actually over a year. So it's, it's new for me, and I feel very called to do it. I will say that if you want more information about my journey and what has taken me and what has gotten me to where I'm at right in this moment, then please check out my website, okay? So what I wanted to share with you guys today, and today is a huge, huge, huge portal day, guys. It is 1/11, okay? And so, for those of you that are into numerology or whatnot, this is a gateway day. And so this is a day to set intentions, right? So, anything that you are working on, bringing into this reality, this is an excellent day to set intentions for your future. And really, when you set the intentions, I encourage you to say them in the present tense, okay? So, because that's how the universe responds. It's what is in the now, because that is where we connect with God energy, right? With source energy, with all of it, whatever you want to call it, right? Is in the here and now. And so I wanted to tell you a little bit about, I wanted to tell you a story of synchronicity that happened to me actually yesterday as I was preparing, because like a couple days before I go live, I start thinking about what I'm going to talk about. And yesterday I was in meditation and I tried to, and again, perfectly flawed, right? So don't beat yourself up if meditation's not your jam, or if, you can only do it for a couple minutes or whatever. It's basically the whole concept of meditation is just getting you into the present moment, right? And out of the head, out of the, the future or the past, just not thinking, not attaching yourself to any kind of thoughts, right? Because they kind of put us into, that kind of autopilot mode, right? And that's what you don't want. That's not what you don't want. So to bring it back to the day, right? And I also want to say that when I meditate, it usually isn't just like crisscross applesauce or anything, I like to dance. Dancing for me and music, and I am actually listening to this is Golden Energy here that we're listening to, some wonderful sound healing vibrations. But I usually just throw my yoga mat out, and I don't throw it, I lay it out and just move my body, and and I talk out loud to my guides and to the source, and just whatever moves me. I use mantras. One that I've been using lately is I just say, I am here. I am here. I am here in this moment, right? And that helps me, not get pulled into monkey brain or whatever. And and just, thoughts come in. I just now I've gotten to where I could just separate the thought from myself or from my energy and look at it for what it is, a separate vibration. It can, come and go as it pleases, and when it comes in, I can acknowledge and, whatever, and then it goes away. And then sometimes I can look at my thoughts and, start thinking about why did this thought come in right at this moment or whatever. But anyways, that's probably another whole discussion. But with, so anyways, my synchronicity story. So yesterday I was meditating, and this is a really personal story that I'm going to share, and I feel compelled to share it because I want all of you guys to know that tapping into your intuition, it's not like a woo-woo, only psychics, only, everyone has the ability to do this, guys. Everyone, every human on Earth, and maybe on other planets too. We are divine, right? We are fractals of God energy, okay? And so we all are, superheroes, really. We all have the power within us. It's just about getting into that present moment, right? And however that works for you. I mean, if you play music, that's how you get in the present moment. If you know, dance, I mean, if you want to meditate, yoga, I mean, whatever. It's just basically whatever, you know, gets you into the heart, the gut, the body, and out of the mind, right? So yeah. So anyways, I was meditating, and I have, this was in my bedroom, and I have on one of my shelves, I have 3 Bibles that that my mother gave me, and I was raised Unitarian, but I was baptized Episcopalian, and my grandfather was an Episcopalian priest, and so I have a little book that that he actually used. And so I have that sitting on, and honestly, I think that like every shelf in my house is like a shrine. I mean, it's every material object that I own pretty much has a, you know, a history and a meaning and a connection for me. I'm definitely a minimalist, so I don't keep a whole lot of stuff around. Anyways, so I was meditating, and I opened my eyes, and I saw the little prayer book, and the thought just came to me: take the prayer book out, open it up, and just let it fall where it may. And so I did that, and it fell to, and this was again a book, you know, for a priest to use. And so the book opened up at a baptism, and so I started reading, and I started reading out loud, and then it came to a section that really struck me, and it struck me because it was a section that I've heard a good bit, especially through, I watch a lot of like spiritual videos and stuff, and definitely I love Abraham Hicks. She's one that I listen to a good bit, but the passage was, ask and it shall be given, seek and ye shall find, knock and it shall be opened. And when I read that passage, knowing all through me, right? And I just love it. I'm feeling it right now. I just love it. So I'm reading this passage, and got the chills. You know, I finished my meditation and put the book back, and I went on with my day. And then that evening, I decided that I was going to listen. There's one guy on YouTube that I listen to a good bit, and I like him. He has really short, just like 4 or 5 minute videos. And so I clicked on, and he had a video on, and it said a Bible verse is what it said. And so I said to myself, wouldn't it be funny if it was the same verse that I read earlier? So I turned the video on, and as you guys can guess, it was the same verse as I had read during my meditation. Ask and it shall be given. Seek and ye shall find. Knock and it shall be opened. I mean, wow, the synchronicity was just astounding. My whole body, I just almost like, I was crying, laughing, like my whole body started shaking. I was just so, you know, in the moment, and knowing, and I knew in that moment that my guides, that my God, that, you know, our energy that surrounds us, I knew that my prayers had been answered, and I knew it. I knew it in my heart, and it was just probably one of the most beautiful experiences I've had. You know, it was also a wonderful connection to my my grandfather, who is now deceased, and I believe that his energy, Hey, friend, Daddy, are you around right now? I feel like you might be. But I believe his energy is in this common prayer book that I have on my shelf, and that was the first time that I had interacted with it in that way, and it was just so beautiful. So, you know, I followed my intuition and it wasn't, a thought in my head. These thoughts come from my heart or my gut. I followed my intuition when I took the book off the shelf, when I allowed it just to open where it was going to open, right? I wasn't flipping through it. It just opened, right? When I decided to, click on YouTube at the end of the day and watch some of my spiritual videos, I just said, okay, this is what I need to do next. And so I did it, right? And then, wow, how beautiful is that? So, intuition, it isn't, I feel like it's difficult for people because we as humans like to complicate things. And that's really the only reason it's difficult, okay? You don't have to get all kinds of tools, you don't have to do any of that. You don't have to go to a certain sacred place. You don't have to, it's in us. It's in us. All you gotta do is tap within, go within, trust the heart, trust the gut, right? Do not worry about the brain. What I tell people, the mind, you really only want to go up there if you have a map. You have a specific reason. Otherwise, the mind, the ego is going to play all kinds of tricks, right? So we don't listen to that, especially during manifestation and when you were wanting to develop your intuition. The heart and the gut, that is where to go. I don't know why. I really wanted you guys to be able to see more than just my head. It's kind of weird how that, I feel like I'm headless or something. Not headless, but bodiless, which I guess is okay. But maybe if I just sit back a little bit. Anyways, yeah. So intuition is all about just tapping into that heart energy and that gut energy. Follow your gut, guys. It does not lie. The mind might lie. The gut never lies, okay? And so today, just to follow up, I guess is the next stage of that synchronicity story, is that today, as I was preparing for this live, I thought to myself, maybe I should go get my grandfather's common prayer book and, do that again. And so, but then for some reason I thought to myself, maybe I'll check my email first, which was kind of I don't know, I guess I like to, flip around a lot. What is it? Short attention span. Anyways, so I click on my email, and the first email that was the very top was your daily devotional, which I was like, because I don't think I subscribed to a daily devotional. They just sent it to me, okay? And so I thought, well, I wanted a Bible verse, and I got this daily devotional, so I opened it up, and this was the message. Through these, he has given us his very great and precious promises, so that through them you may participate in the divine nature and escape the corruption in the world caused by evil desires. And that is Peter 1:4. So, wow, how beautiful is that, right? And so what happened yesterday, thank you, universe. Thank you, universe. Thank you, source, right? We tap in, we ask, and it is given. It's just about us lining up with that vibration, right? We seek and we will find it, right? That's, the action. That's putting one foot in front of the other. That's, that's the trust, right? And then we knock, right? We can shift perspectives by knocking and then walking through the new door of our perception. It's beautiful. It's beautiful, guys. And then today, I get the other confirmation. It's just great. So, yeah, so that was, a really personal story. But I felt compelled to share it to you guys so you know that, man, this shit's for real, guys. It's all in it, and it's here for you. All you gotta do is go within, and it doesn't matter where you're at. You can be at a subway stop in New York City. You know what I'm saying? You could be behind bars. You could be in the woods. You could be at your mom's house, like wherever. Busy travel. Well, okay, maybe not. You could. I don't know. Anyways, you get the point. Anyways, so that is my my suggestion for everyone today on this portal day, 111. The doors are open for you. Just ask, seek, know. Okay, guys, to end this today, instead of doing a like 3 cards of 3 like I was doing, I've decided that I'm going to pull 3 cards. And the reason for this is, I've been thinking a lot about it. Now, even though when I'm reading, I tap into the collective consciousness, it is still my perspective of the collective consciousness. And so I feel like as I read these cards that, the message will resonate with who it's supposed to. And if it doesn't resonate with you, then, it wasn't for you. And that's cool. So I don't really feel the need of doing, too many of these, because I can't do a personal reading when I'm, talking on a live like this. And again, I do post these on YouTube. So, if you're watching this on YouTube, the same thing applies. I really can't do individual readings unless I'm working with someone one-on-one. So if you are interested in an individual reading, check out my website, send me a DM. I am totally down. I have reasonable prices, and I am totally down for bartering. Whatever. Let's, it's all about just love and light and being of service, guys. That's why I'm here, and that's why I'm doing this. So today for our portal reading, I'm going to focus my energy on you see my little elephants in the back there. I still haven't figured out this freaking video stuff. I'm going to focus my thank you, Great Spirit. I'm going to focus my energy on what we can expect in the next week, right? January is a month of, it's a slow month. It's, if you're working out in the service industry or, retailing like that, historically that January is the slow month, right? It's a wonderful month to go within. It's a wonderful month to allow yourself to open up, to receive. And so today's reading is all about being able to let go in order to open up and receive this moment. Thank you, Great Spirit, for allowing me to be here today. Oh, there's one. Okay. Usually when cards jump out, it means they want to be read. Oh, I got a chill. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Great Spirit. Okay, this is the second one. Okay, there's the third. Okay, so I'm going to actually move this over here so I don't have to go. Oh, wow. Let's see. Oh, wow. Okay. Okay, so let's see. And I decided to use my mom actually gave me this book, and so I decided to use it. It kind of goes a little bit more in depth on the cards than my other book that goes with my deck. And this deck is the Everyday Tarot, Benny.com. No affiliation, but I just really love this deck. So, okay, so the first card for our weekly reading is the Five of Pentacles, okay? And so the traditional meaning of this Five of Pentacles is financial loss. So when it shows up in a reading, it can mean losing a job or a relationship or experiencing some other financial or emotional hardship, okay? But the positive aspect is that you find support from others that are in a similar position, okay? So these contacts may become good friends whom you may never have met in your usual circumstances. So this is all about considering new options, and you may discover another resource or approach that will help you to see a way forward. And so when I do a 3-card spread, the first card, which I just read, this is the energy that we're kind of moving out of. We're in it, but we're moving out of. The second card is where we are currently, and then the third card is going to pull us into next week, okay? And so the first thought that I had with, and you know what, I'm also going to read out of the Everyday Tarot for the Five of Pentacles just to see what they have to say. Because the first thought that came to my head with the Five of Pentacles was, or I'll say came to my heart, is we have to deconstruct in order to reconstruct, right? And so what is going away is happening for us, not to us. And so remember that this week, if you're moving through this energy of loss, okay? And so know that there is help, okay? And so instead of focusing on what you don't have right now, right? Focus on what you do have. And I mean, it doesn't matter. I mean, if you're living in a tent, then be thankful for the tent, right? And so this card is all about, right, that, it's just about shifting that perspective and knowing that, when exterior events, when, people, places, and things are falling away, there's a reason for this, right? There is a reason. And again, it is happening for you, not to you. So look at the the ways that you can shift your perspective from that of, lack to one of abundance, or that from, the negative to one of the positive. And so this card also often comes into readings to show a fear of poverty and isolation rather than actual poverty, right? And so once again, this is a card that I feel for you is reminding you that it is all a perspective shift, right? It also can show kind of fear or in the aftermath of a relationship breakup, right? The Five of Pentacles, it says that when it's in the present situation position in a reading, can reflect the feelings of sadness as a result of losing someone close, right? And so this is the energy that, again, we're moving through currently. And let's move on to the next card. So I say shift perspective here, okay? Transmute that energy. That is what we are all doing here, right? Okay, so the next card is, let me pull this up. Hold on, guys, almost there. Is the Knight of Wands. And so this is the energy that we are moving into, right? So we're moving out of this energy of financial insecurity, real or, mentally perceived, right? And loss, right? Real or mentally perceived. And then we're moving into this energy of the Knight of Wands. And so this is all about the element of fire here, right? The association here, and this is great. My Sagittarius is moon, actually. It's Scorpio and Sagittarius. And so the upright meeting, and this was upright, events are speeding up for you. So any block lifted. So this is a welcome card. If you have been waiting for decisions or have generally been feeling stuck, okay, you can now have the conversations and action you need to move your projects on. Follow your intuition and push forward, okay? This card is particularly auspicious for moving house, finding new work, or making progress on personal and professional projects, okay? So excellent. So this is all about the energy and the momentum moving forward, okay? The Knight of Wands is the inventor and likes to do things his or her or they or whatever's way. He inspires those around him and is excellent at networking to promote ideas. He may be a traveler or a visitor and will have had many experiences and stories to tell. He is, however, somewhat impatient to get things done and can make some snap judgments about people based on first impressions, okay? So this is all about firing up your ambition. So you're moving out of this real or perceived energy of victimhood, of loss, of financial insecurity into this wonderful card of events, of creativity speeding up, right? And it's so wonderful because it's all just about this perspective shift, right? And then moving into the last card here, we also have another Pentacles, right? And the Pentacles are also the idea of, coins. They're also the coins, right? And so this is all about the material realm. We have the Four of Pentacles here. We see a woman who's really kind of like, she's holding on to her monies with dear, whatever. I don't know. My mind just went blank there with that. Anyways, the upright Four of Pentacles shows the need for stability and establishing a firm foundation. Okay? So the Four of Pentacles shows that the tough times are over, as now your work is paying off. Okay, so while it doesn't indicate a huge windfall, it does indicate that you will have enough to move forward. Okay, you will have enough money, you will have enough of everything that you need to move forward on, this new accelerated endeavor that's coming up for you, right? An additional meaning of this card is that, this is an idea of money, because, she's clinging on to this money. So this is an ideal of money that has to come from hard work, right? You will value what you have achieved. And for now, you're wanting to keep it to yourself, okay? I'm going to also read what the Everyday Tarot has to be about it. And so this is all about, again, just being financially conscious. So you, as you move through and out of this energy of lack, and, events and energy are speeding up, then you find that you get to where you are in a position where you have enough, then you become very conscious about saving money and watching your expenses. But make sure to be careful with this, okay? Because money works best when it is in a state of flow and exchange, right? It is not when it's just being stashed away, right? And so, be financially conscious with your purchases, right? But don't like hoard it, right? Money is here because it's to be exchanged for what you value, right? And so use it on these accelerated creative endeavors that are coming in. That's wonderful. Wow, this reading really, this whole live went way longer than I thought. Oh, yay! Hey, Joy. Hey, Shelly. I didn't even, I'm just like, I got in my zone, guys. I didn't even see that anyone had commented, but Anjali, I'm so glad. I'm so glad that you guys stopped by to see me. I'm going to end this. Ooh, I just got lots of chills. It was wonderful. I hope the reading resonated for you guys today. I'm also going to pull, I just feel lots of chills. That was just wonderful. I'm going to pull an Ascended Master card. I love pulling these cards because sometimes I'm introduced to some new Ascended Masters, and sometimes, it's a tried and true one that I work with a lot. This past week, I've been working with Ganesh, actually, behind us. You can just see his trunk right now, the remover of obstacles, and Archangel Azrael. Anyways, let's see. Thank you, Great Spirit. Thank you so much. Which card are we going to work with today? Oh, okay. Oh, We have Merlin today. Look at that. Okay, I love me some Merlin. Now, and this, guys, I can't make this shit up. I like pick Merlin. The book just opens up to Merlin. It was like, okay, Elizabeth, read it. The situation that you have been inquiring about, okay? And so again, today is the portal day, or is a portal day, guys. So, it's all about setting those intentions, being open to receive. And so whatever situation that you are inquiring about involves energy healing. You have healing abilities that you can direct through your hands, thoughts, and heart. And guys, this is true. And again, this is, a little bit about like superpowers, right? We all have them, right? It's not just, certain people, certain psychics. We all have the ability, right? So send loving energy. The frequency of love is like really one of the highest, most beautiful frequencies there is in this universe, Peace is, way up there, right? Right. But really just, it's about sending loving energy to elevate and heal this current situation, okay? You can clear the energy in a home, office, or a car. Your experiences with energy healing may be so powerful that you decide to conduct healings as a profession. Okay, so Merlin here, we don't know if he was actually a mortal man or not, and it doesn't matter because, once something is thought in the imagination, it is. It doesn't really matter where it resides, if it's a material manifestation of it or if it's in the ethers. And Merlin is definitely, look at him. Look, he's using his hands, he's using the energy of the sun, right? He's associated, he is the sage wizard type, the magician, right? He is a powerful ascended master, and he helps us to focus our energy. And so my advice for you guys this week and today, as you focus your intentions, call on the energy of Merlin to help you heal this situation and to focus your intentions on what it is you want to manifest into this material reality, right? And for those of you that are thinking, oh, this lady's a little cray-cray, she's talking about manifestations and stuff. It's real simple. Thoughts equal things, right? Everything in this world that we can see, that we can touch, everything, right? Everything it began as a thought. Everything. Everything. My little thing of Vaseline, it was a thought. It was a thought. And so it's not so esoteric and like witchy or whatever. It's just, what is it? Quantum physics, right? What you think about becomes reality, right? So today, guys, think about the beautiful healing vibes that Merlin brings to help us channel our energy, right? Change your perspective from one of lack to one of abundance. It's coming, guys. And when it does, use your abundance wisely, but do use it, right? We don't want to cling on to anything, right? It's all about the energy exchange. I'm going to end this real quick with, I say real quick, and nothing in my life is real quick, which is okay because I enjoy the journey. But my daughter gave me this wonderful, sound healing singing bowl for Christmas. So I'm just going to close it out with a little ding. Okay. I think there's a reason why she gave, well, there's a pillow too. Let's try it again. That was kind of a muted sound. Let's try it again. I love it. Peace, guys. Love you. I'll respond to the comments after I get off this. I haven't figured out how to maneuver all of this. And I love you guys. Love and light. And I'll see you next week.